Ow.
Bet he's regretting his life decisions. Guys, what's going on? Third Street Reactions here. We're back. I'm Shane.
Malachi.
I'm Tom.
We're going to start Game of Thrones, Season 5, Episode 4. Alright guys, before we start, let's recap the last one a little bit. One of my favorite scenes in the show, Jaina Slint. I always get uncomfortable when a man's begging for his life, even if I don't like him.
Yeah, especially when he's the bald guy.
Yeah, he already had a heart because he's bald.
Fine beard.
He's got an aquiline nose.
He did have a nice beard.
Yeah, he had an alright beard.
But I didn't like him at all.
I didn't like him, but I liked having him around because he was this funny, shitty guy. I love funny, shitty men, Tom.
Lies!
Yeah,
Lies!
yeah, like the rest of the people there didn't know that that's what you did, right? Like, it's not common knowledge that you were hiding in there with Gilly.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder if that's when he lost Alistair Thorne's respect, you know what I mean? But Alistair Thorne got promoted to First Ranger.
I thought that was really...
Good job, Jon.
Yeah, that really showed a lot about Jon's character, which we already knew was high. And that's one of the reasons he's, right now, my favorite character on the show.
Yeah. I love him, and he's funny. But yeah, Jaina Slint's dead. Jon did it. Passes the sentence. Should swing the sword.
So says Ned Stark.
Ned's words, guys. You're right. And then we also had...
Joffrey didn't even do it to him.
Yeah, Joffrey, of course not. After they cross the Narrow Sea, Varys and Tyrion, they're trying to go to the Meereen.
Volantis.
They're in Volantis right now. On their way there, people are speaking, I think, Old Valyria or whatever the language is called.
Which Tyrion speaks.
Which he speaks, yeah. I don't think I knew that. So he speaks. He got captured by Jorah. Jorah's trying to get back into Daenerys' good graces. And then we have Arya starting her storyline with the House of Black and White. Guys, before we jump in, if you want to see the full uncut reaction, just click on the link at our Patreon. It's a cool way to support us.
Theon's trying to hide from Sansa.
You're right. Yeah, that's
good call.
And yeah, and Sansa is being betrothed to Samwise Gamgee. So
Bilbo Baggins.
Yeah. Guys, let's jump in.
Ow.
Bet he's regretting his life decisions.
Tyrion or Jorah? Both.
Both, definitely both. I meant Tyrion.
Why are we on a merchant ship? Why no Lannister sails?
This ship's sailing to Old Town. We'll get off earlier, not far from Sunspear. Row ourselves to the Dornish shore in the night.
You ever been to Dorne?
No?
I have. The Dornish are crazy. All they want to do is frighten folk.
We're not kidnapping their princess. We're rescuing my niece, bringing her back to her family.
Your niece?
He knows.
Why are you here? Why not send folk union? Or an army? Unlike most folks, you've actually got one.
Because I don't want to start a war.
That still doesn't... He's not...
It has to be me.
A one-handed man.
You set your brother free, didn't you? If you ever see the wee fucker, give him my regards.
He murdered my father. If I ever see him, I'll split him in two.
Is he lying?
And then I'll give him a dance.
How may I say?
Straight shooter.
Yep.
All over Westeros we hear of steps being burned, planet sisters raped. If I explain their holy purpose to my son, the king, I have no doubt he will sign a decree arming the believers you felt worthy.
An army that defends the bodies and souls of the common people.
An army in service to the gods themselves. You and I both know how the world works. Too often we bid the wealthiest to be on the reach of justice.
Like you.
Like you, yeah.
Yeah.
Cannot always punish those.
All sinners are equal before the gods.
What would you say if I told you of a great sinner in our very midst, shielded by gold and privilege?
The Father judge him justly.
You know what she's talking about.
She's cooking something up. I'm not sure who she's talking about though.
So Cersei wants to cause...
Help me! Help me! This is Lord Peter Baelish's establishment.
Yeah, I just...
Oh yeah, Cersei's an idiot. Okay, what do these boys think they can do?
Uh-oh.
Get your hands off
Sir Loras of House Tyrell, you have broken the laws of gods and men. Why is my brother in a cell?
I don't know.
Welcome to marriage, buddy.
She's jealous you're not hers anymore. Arresting my brother is her revenge.
Aren't you and Mother getting along?
I want to see a little bit of power in him.
I demand that Sir Loras be freed now.
Did I arrest him?
Well, no. You gave the High Sparrow an army.
I did. And your wife has every right to criticize.
Can I tell Marjorie you have Sir Loras released?
I told you I'm not holding Sir Loras. I'm sure if you speak to the High Sparrow, he'll release the poor boy.
I want to see some justice in him. I mean, I want to see some, like, the power.
Yeah, you gotta man up a little bit and...
His Holiness is praying. Do not be disturbed.
Bastard! You're an abomination!
But he's not a bastard, right?
Well, he doesn't have a father by marriage.
We'll find another way.
He doesn't want them to all die.
You're the king of the Andals, and you let a band of fanatics imprison your brother by law. I have to send word to grandmother.
Will you come back later?
They used that guard right there
I've
to
given you a son.
Kylo Ren away.
I gave you nothing but weakness.
Yeah.
I just fucking hate that woman.
Yeah, me too.
Honestly, I hate that woman too.
I need you.
You only need faith, my king. Come with us when we ride south. None of us know the castle as well as you do.
Its hidden tunnels, its weaknesses, its people.
Castle Black is my home now.
He's an
Night's
honorable man.
Watch take no part in the wars of the Seven Kingdoms.
There's only one war.
Forgive me, my lady. I don't trust in visions.
She's gonna do something.
No vision.
Make some see something.
No magic.
Heart beating.
There's power in you. You resist it, and that's your mistake. Embrace it. The Lord of Light made us male and female. Two parts of a greater whole.
I can't.
Why?
I swore a vow. I loved another.
The dead don't need lovers.
Only the living.
But I still love her.
You know nothing, Jon Snow.
What the fuck are people always saying that to him?
Yeah. I love how they always just call him by his full name, too.
I know Mother didn't want to bring me.
Why'd you say that?
She told me I don't want to bring you.
We'll do something about it then.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Are you ashamed of me, Father?
I still remember how you smiled when I put that doll in your cradle. And you pressed it to your cheek.
You understand what's happening here?
Yeah, it caused...
We burnt the doll, it was too late.
It was like, what, the doll was...
Yeah, it was infected with
I
grayscale.
told you would die. Everyone advised me to send you to the ruins of Valyria to live out your short life with the stone men before the sickness spread through the castle.
Is it contagious? It's contagious?
Yeah.
You were the Princess Shireen of House Baratheon. And you are my daughter.
It's decent of him.
Yeah.
Decent.
Stannis is a complicated man.
Yep.
Father never talked about her.
Yep.
Sometimes I'd find him down here lighting the candles.
And Lyanna, she was already promised to Robert.
You can imagine what it was like for me.
The last two riders were Barristan Selmy and Rhaegar Targaryen.
When Rhaegar won, everyone cheered for their prince.
Until he rode right past his wife.
And all the smiles died.
And he lay a crown of winter roses in Lyanna's lap.
Blue was frost.
How many tens of thousands had to die because Rhaegar chose your aunt?
And then he kidnapped her and raped her.
Yeah, that's why the war was started, Malachi.
That's why the one guy wanted to kill every Targaryen.
Yeah. Yeah, Robert Baratheon.
Where are you going?
King's Landing.
King's Landing.
Cersei sent for me.
You can't leave me here.
I know how hard it is to live with people you despise, believe me. You are the last surviving Stark. He needs you.
And what if you're wrong? What if
Then you will take this Bolton boy, Ramsay, and make him yours.
don't know how to do that?
Of course you do. I'll return before too long. You'll be strong without me.
What happens when... I don't know.
Shit way would you choose?
In my own keep, drinking my own wine, watching my sons grovel for my fortune. How do you want to go?
Já myslím, že to pomáhá.
How many do you think you can take?
One, if he's slow.
Oh gosh.
Fucked in the ass. Glad we found you.
Who are you?
Cooper.
This is down now.
Our ship capsized in the night. We managed to swim ashore. It's a near thing, really.
Swords in the sun. Now!
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
He's huge.
He's also on the hill.
Use your hand and bah!
There you go.
You had a wonderful teacher.
We must avenge Oberyn ourselves.
Without Doran, we have no army to march against the Lannisters.
We don't need an army to start a war.
He told me he smuggled Jaime Lannister into Dorne.
Please come for Marcella. If he gets to her before we do, we lose our only
Dang
chance
it.
for revenge.
You dirty woman.
You...
Thank you. You're going the wrong way. My sister's in Westeros.
Westeros is west.
I'm not taking you to your sister.
You said you were taking me to the Queen.
Queen Daenerys Targaryen. She's the queen I serve.
So happens I was heading there myself.
What business would you have with the queen?
Gold and glory.
Oh, and hate.
Their sigiled breastplate. Your Jorah Mormont.
Why would she have sent you away?
Oh, wait. You were spying on her, weren't you?
He's smart. I mean,
yeah, he knows too.
Now you hope to win back her favor with a gift.
Risky scheme.
I'm gonna go with the Malcolm who's a baby.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Rhaegar would pick a spot on the hook for the Street of Seeds, and then he'd sing.
Just like all the other minstrels.
Rhaegar never liked killing. He loved singing.
he kidnapped a girl right there.
Things you do. The show shows you the things you do sometimes. Jaime Lannister's a good guy, but he also
banged his sister
and pushed a little boy out a window.
Mm-hmm.
Your Grace, today is the traditional start of the fighting season.
I do not recognize this tradition.
Traditions are the only thing that will hold this city, your city, together. I can't promise this is the answer to all our problems, but it's a start.
Who'd win this? I mean, the expert warriors?
Well, these rich dudes in gold masks.
Aren't Unsullied supposed to be like the best of the
They're
best?
like the best of the best. So
these spears are hard, harder to move than swords. Oh,
I would think a spear wouldn't be ideal in this close of quarters, right?
Grey Worm.
Yeah, here's the thing: is
I knew it was Grey Worm. He's like really good.
All right, we'll see if the old man still got it.
And a long, that's not good. That's how you die from eternal bleeding.
More too. These guys have cool masks, at least.
Dude.
I just threw my knife in him. Done. You're saying while he was looking at
Yeah.
Man.
He died?
No, they both passed out of exhaustion and loss of blood, I think is...
Man.
Yeah.
They both died. Oh no.
To fight like this, you gotta have a definitive kill move, you know? So, pretty good, man.
That was a great fight.
Yeah.
Great fight. I mean, he's an old man and, you know...
I mean, I know that
he
they
did
were...
a much better job than some of the greatest warriors that are trained from birth.
I mean, guaranteed, if he was young, if he was in his prime, he'd take them all.
Yeah, I mean, his prime was the best, and the best, I don't want to say...
Jaime prime versus him prime.
So it's led me to believe through my research that, and because I don't remember anything in the first 2 books that I've read about Jaime being better than Selmy's prime. I think Barristan Selmy's prime is the highest prime, but Rhaegar, I kind of forgot about that. Rhaegar was one of the best as well. Rhaegar was very good at fighting. So we heard a side to Rhaegar here.
Yeah, a little backstory
from
there.
You know.
Before the raping. Kidnapping.
Before the raping and kidnapping.
Men go down dark
Yeah, it
routes.
sounded like he was like a kind of a cool, generous...
Well, when you look at Jaime, how he's treated Brienne.
Yeah.
Look at Jaime, how he's treated his... Obviously, it's his brother, you know, but look how Jaime normally treats people. Okay?
Right.
It's just that he loves his sister, and he has to do wicked, terrible things to keep carrying out that relationship. You know what I mean? We've all done it, I think, to a degree.
I understand that they were vastly outnumbered, but like you said, a bunch of rich guys in masks.
Yeah, because I don't know if they're like a bunch of former gladiators.
Especially if they were like, they're wealthy here.
Slave owners.
Are they really trained to fight at all?
Well, we have the fighting pits. It's part of the culture. And
but better than the Unsullied?
I don't know about that.
I mean, they were so vastly outnumbered. I mean, I'm sure this would have probably been the end result.
But yeah, the Unsullied are trained to fight as a group. They're trained to fight with their sword and shield, and they would... You figured all they had to do is do it.
They didn't have their sword and shield. They just had the spear.
They definitely had a shield, because someone used it to do that.
Well, Grey Worm did.
Grey Worm.
Okay. But, so, to me... The logistics of it as a fight choreographer myself, and I've done many things, I would have had a lot more Harpies. They might have been thinking logistically, how many guys can we fit in this little narrow? I think the idea that it's narrow takes away the advantage of the Harpies.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just wonder how I would choreograph that fight, at least logistically, and then once you logistically think out the story of the fight and the numbers, and then you can do the choreography individually, right?
It just, I don't know. But maybe I'm being nitpicky. It just bothered me a little bit that it seemed like the Unsullied were so easily bested.
Yeah, I mean, there was some good stuff in there for sure. The action was good, but the story of the fight is, you know, they lost, and the story of it is what bothers me a little bit. But then again, Barristan Selmy, it also shows like this old ass guy, he can still be outnumbered 6 or 7 to 1, and he just cut through everyone.
Yeah, he still got it, man. I was impressed.
Yeah. And when he did get hit, it made sense. Like, he got hit from behind, and, you know what I mean? Like, all his moves, it's funny because, like, you know, he's an old, slower guy in real life. So they had to, like, do the choreography in a way, and they had to film in a way that didn't make him look old and slow. And I thought it worked perfectly. Yeah. I mean, there's a couple times where, like, okay, they cut the camera 4 times for 4 moves. Whatever. You know what I mean? Each of those were very good and fast. You know what I mean? Okay, so enough about that part. But, I mean, again to Rhaegar. I loved hearing Barristan talk about how they were kind of buddies. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he loved to be with the people. You know, he was a Targaryen, and you had to flip a coin when a Targaryen was born.
Crazy.
Why do we get flashbacks to, like, in certain scenes?
I think they just, when they made this show, they have kind of their own rule book of, like, okay,
That's just part of that storytelling.
Yeah, like, they don't do, like, flashbacks in the books, probably. At least not that I know of. So, they don't do flashbacks in the show. the stuff with Bronn and Jaime, every time they're together, I love it. Just like I love Bronn with Tyrion, but...
That's my first note that I have on here is the Jaime and Bronn stuff I think we thought was going to be kind of fun and interesting, and it's not disappointed so far.
Yeah, it's just perfect having those guys together.
Yeah.
Like, out on a little mission. Like, I love it.
Malachi, I heard you make a comment about it, and I was kind of thinking about it myself could Jaime utilize, like, his middle hand to his... It was, like, literally right before... Yeah, it slips off, but in that case, he was able to utilize that. That's probably what saved his life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it happened right after you said it. You know, I imagine Nicolas Coster-Waldau, that's the guy who plays Jaime, that's his name. I imagine he's right-handed, most likely. So he looks just natural using his left hand. Naturally bad. You know what I mean? So they filmed the fight around that, and it works because it doesn't have to look good.
Mm-hmm.
He just has to look like he's barely hanging on.
He still has his sword instincts.
He still has the sword instinct, so he can block. You'll see horizontal, vertical slashing patterns, and he just won't be as fast or as adept.
Scoured sword all over again.
Yeah, right, yeah. So you still download all that fighting data, but if your controller's broken, you're like, oh shit, well, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I've played Smash Brothers with some fucked up controllers. I have to really, like, mentally remap how I'm going to do this.
Right.
So...
Yeah, 64 controller's the way to go. Nope, never mind. Go back.
The GameCube controller?
GameCube controller's the way to go.
You're right, I do love the GameCube controller.
Yeah, the GameCube controller just has a good feel in your hand.
Well, Nintendo is really good at making controllers, and they're really good at making controllers that last.
I used to play the 64, the GameCube controller before Ultimate came out, but I've went to the Pro controller because that's like a really good controller.
The Pro controller's a great controller. Nintendo's really good at making great responsive buttons. Like
the Xbox One controller. Yeah.
Like, I like the PS5 controller, but I always feel like I'm going to break it.
I don't know if I feel like that, but I've had a lot of problems with the quality of those controllers, the PlayStation controllers. Like, if the kids have anything on their hands and the gunk gets in there and then they stop working, I've had a lot of controllers just for the PlayStation 5 that just have stopped working.
Well, a bunch of my 360
well, I know, but the Nintendo, they're Japanese. They make controllers.
They're the right side of Japan.
They're all in Kyoto, dude. What's up?
The 360, I have several 360 controllers that started sticking.
Yeah.
Like, really bad, like to the point where it was affecting.
Yeah, Microsoft, their face buttons, like on the what is it? I hate them.
X,
I hate them. Like, they're like big bubbles.
Yeah.
They don't have that snappy clip when you press it. Like the Nintendo controller does it best. But PlayStation's right there too. When you press it, it feels good. The Microsoft, they feel squishy. It's just disgusting. I can't. I think.
Well, if you have
an
Xbox Pro controller.
I think all of them. I mean, I guess I haven't held the recent Pro controller, but all of them. But I think for shooters, they're great. They feel good, and the way they did the joystick here and the other one here. Of course, Nintendo actually did that first with the yellow C-stick being down here.
Yep.
But it wasn't made to be like a shooter. You know what I mean? Anyway, so enough of video. We love video games, and we actually want to do more video games stuff for the channel. It's just it's hard to add more. So, anyways, Jaime did make a comment about Tyrion and how he felt about him killing his dad.
Mm-hmm. I mean, clearly it was BS.
You think it was clearly BS?
To appease Bronn.
Pierce Cersei? Oh, Pierce Bronn. Yeah. Yeah, I guess we'll see. The Iron Bank wants 1/10 of the debt that the crown owes. And we had, whatever his name is, Highgarden. He's a
Marjorie's dad.
Master of coin. Yeah, that guy, I
like him.
He's jolly.
Yeah, I enjoy him. He's a bit of a buffoon. But she didn't want him out of King's Landing.
Yeah.
Okay.
How do we feel about the way Cersei is carrying out these plans?
Well, I'm thinking to myself,
she's
like...
mastermind. She's trying to do something, but she has to do these little things to get emotion.
Yeah, she's cooking something up, but the thing is, like...
Okay, let's look at what she's done.
But, like, she shouldn't be doing anything. Her uncle already called her out and was like, who are you to be giving orders to anybody?
Well, so, going on that, that's how he views her. I mean, Cersei is not she's not an amateur, but she's not Tywin. She's deputized the Sparrows, using Tommen to do it. Convinced Tommen, obviously, is the right thing to do. So now they're going around causing violence. And
Sir Loras now got
Sir Loras, who, he's got a big name, a big family, married to the crown. And the crown owes them a lot of money.
Right.
So I don't see, I don't know. We can talk about it more after the storyline concludes, but yeah, do we think it's a good move that Cersei's doing that? Do you think she... Like,
what's her ult? She's trying to kill Marjorie.
What do you think her ult... Okay, trying to kill Marjorie. What else could she maybe be doing? Okay, what's a possible another theory?
I don't know. That was my theory.
But what did Marjorie think?
She's trying to get control of Tommen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just to me, I think if you're making a newlywed choose between the mom and the hot girl he's banging, and he's newlywed, mind you. She's playing a game that...
Yeah, because he's already in the doghouse with her now.
Yeah, I think, and you know, when young men love a beautiful woman and are banging and everything else, and it's like the first, like, year, or, you know.
The honeymoon phase.
Yeah. It's called, when Bambi, they call it twitterpated. In real life, it's called, limerence. Limerence.
You know, yeah, because Joffrey was way too hard, and now Tommen's way too soft, too caring.
Yeah, and it's my hope that Tommen
learns how to
can just learn the rule.
Tommen couldn't have just come back with like more soldiers and been like, "We're going in here. I'm the king."
I don't think he wanted to do what Joffrey just did the violent way.
He probably looked at Joffrey and he's like, "I do not want to be like that."
Probably, yeah. And he said, "We'll solve it without violence." And you have to. As a king, you have to be able to. I mean, we all know what I'm going to say. You have to be able to do both. You have to exercise restraint, and you got to use violence as a last resort. But you have to. People have to fear you. You know what I mean? You have to rule. If not, there's going to be worse. If you don't have repercussions for this petty shit, and we see this in California, all right, then people are just going to commit more crimes. You know?
I thought that moment on the steps just made him look a little bit soft.
Yeah, for sure.
Especially with his soldiers and stuff that were there, but. I get why he did it. It just...
I like seeing, like, scenes of him. Just, you know.
I know you really like Tom, and I
do, too.
He's certainly a good kid.
Yeah.
And I'm happy that he's the king and not his brother.
Yeah, thank God his brother's dead.
Okay, one of my favorite Stannis scenes, him telling the story to his daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That teared me up a lot because I got daughters, and for her daughter to have that self-doubt because of her mother, obviously.
Her wretch of a mother.
A wretched fucking mother, you know.
Stannis is a complicated man.
He is, but he clearly loves his daughter. He's just a stiff. He's a stiff. Obviously, that stiffness combined with this fire god bullshit.
Yeah.
That to him looks real, feels real.
I think that the witch is trying to, do it with Jon Snow and try to get another shadow to go kill somebody else.
Who knows, right? If he turned her down.
She kills Tommen.
He turned her down.
This time, will he be able to turn her down if she tries again in the future? She's not one to give up. But
I mean, most of the time, she's just going to want you more when you turn her down. Especially if you're that good looking and no one turns her down.
Right.
I saw Tom on Texas Roadhouse. It was pretty funny.
Oh, yeah. I already
showed you.
Yeah.
You sent me a picture. He works at Texas Roadhouse. There's a kid that looked a lot like him. And yeah.
He was like a younger version. Yeah, he looked like. I was like, what?
There's a kid that I saw at a convention here, and he looked Yeah, it's one of your mom and I went to, and he looked exactly like, I can't remember his name, a character from House of the Dragon. So we kept looking at each other because I was like, you look familiar. He's like, you look familiar too, but I don't know why I look familiar unless he's seen John Leguizamo or whatever his name is. People think I look like him for some reason, but he looked exactly like his character of House of the Dragon. So I said, so and so, first of his name. I walked by him. He started laughing. He said, my friends think I look like that guy too.
How old is he?
He looked like he was mid to late 20s. Also, John saying, I know no one, the dead don't feel love, but I still love her.
Yeah, and the thing too is I feel like Stannis has taken a liking to Jon Snow too.
Well, he respected Ned. They fought the war together and they won, and Ned wrote letters to all the houses saying that Stannis should be king, essentially.
Right.
Or I think he should be king until the boy comes of age, right? Or until the proper rule, or until a proper heir is found or whatever. You know what I mean?
Right. So now he's sending a request for reinforcements from Roose Bolton.
Yeah.
Interesting.
You guys learned a little more about grayscale. If you get the disease and it goes slow, then you kind of keep your mental faculties, and you just die slowly and you start to go crazy. And
it is transferable on like items, like
with dementia.
You don't get dementia. You don't catch dementia. Hopefully not, at least.
Wash your hands. You want to catch dementia?
You have to go crazy because you can't remember anything.
In Archer, there was that scene when they're getting put in jail for the reefer, and Archer's joking around about catching diabetes from that guy.
Yeah.
But the ruins of Valeria is where they send people, like they send lepers, kind of like to that leper colony on these islands. You know what I mean?
That'd be a terrible place.
Yeah, bunch of like crazy zombie-like guys. Yeah. Sansa and Peter Baelish in the ruins.
They exchanged another kiss.
They did. Now that looked a lot more consensual on her part.
Yeah.
I think she's just playing the game, obviously. But she's probably, as with what Peter is doing for her, I mean, I can see that in real life being a thing. I see it. I know girls that are with older dudes. You know what I'm saying? And these older dudes have money. And they do favors for the girl. And now this is life or death for her.
Right.
So she is probably not going to rock the boat. Okay, at least in his case.
I don't blame her. I wouldn't want to stay there with those people.
I wouldn't either. But she has to trust him, and we got to see. Do you guys trust him?
Who?
I mean, I know you don't trust Peter Baelish, but you trust what he's telling her is the truth.
Who knows?
Yeah.
I mean, here's the thing, dude. Until she witnesses her first flaying.
Yeah.
Oh God! I hope like at some point in the show, all the, like living siblings are together.
Yeah, I get that.
Me too.
I need to see it.
How do you want to die? In my own keep, drinking my own wine, watching my children fight over my inheritance.
That's your dream, isn't it?
That if I had
minus the wine.
Yeah,
You're not really a drinker.
If I had a lot to give, at one point I think I did, but now I'm still building that wealth.
So just fight my siblings and get the money. Oh, okay.
Well, hopefully you'll grow as a man, and I'll put you back in the will. So, all right. Anyways, Faith, Militant, hate them. They're part of the daily cancellation. All right. Okay. Anyways, guys, I think that's it. We'll see what happens to Sir Loras and everything else, and see what happens with the Harpies, Sons of the Harpies. See the fallout from that, and we'll see you in the next episode. All right, guys. Much love. See you next time.